Have you ever considered how the very shape a story takes might not just reflect its time, but actually help steer history itself? It is a fascinating thought, isn't it, to imagine literature as an active force rather than just a mirror. Yes, literary forms absolutely do influence their historical movements. It is not just a passive reflection of culture. Rather, the dominant literary forms and genres of an era can actively shape public discourse, articulate new ideas, and even galvanize social or political change, profoundly impacting the historical trajectory of a society. This influence stems from several core mechanisms. First, literary forms provide a framework for thought. A sonnet, with its strict structure, encourages concise expression and witty argument, while a sprawling novel allows for complex character development and social critique. These forms dictate not only what asterisk can be said, but how asterisk it can be understood and disseminated. Second, they serve as powerful vehicles for collective identity and memory. Through shared stories and narratives, a society forms bonds and understands its past, present, and future, often solidifying group sentiments or challenging existing norms. Think about the epic poems that defined ancient civilizations or the protest songs that fueled modern movements. To understand this influence, you can begin by examining a historical period and identifying its most prevalent literary forms, whether that is the dramatic tragedy of ancient Greece, the chivalric romance of the Middle Ages, the satirical essays of the Enlightenment, or the social realist novels of the 19th century. Then, consider how these forms either reinforced the dominant ideologies of the time or provided a platform for challenging them. For instance, the rise of the novel democratized storytelling, allowing for perspectives beyond the elite, and this directly fueled movements for social reform and individual rights. It is important to recognize that this relationship is bidirectional. Historical events certainly inspire literary forms, but these forms then loop back, providing the conceptual tools for understanding and responding to those events. For example, the emergence of the pamphlet as a popular form in the 18th century allowed for rapid, widespread distribution of political ideas, directly fueling revolutionary movements. This form, accessible and often anonymously published, fostered public debate and dissent in a way that more formal, expensive books could not. Ultimately, the specific literary forms embraced by a society are more than mere aesthetic choices. They are active participants in shaping collective consciousness. They provide the very language and conceptual frameworks through which historical change is not just documented, but also initiated, debated, and ultimately realized. Recognizing this dynamic interplay helps us see literature not as separate from history, but as an integral and powerful component of it.